welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Now, before we get to the topic of this video, which is a good one, of course, I wouldn't want to do it if it wasn't. But in any case, before we get to the topic of today, I got to take care of some business. If you don't want to hear the update on all the TikTok stuff and how you can help me further, then you can fast forward to just a little bit after the 6-minute mark. Some business. Some of you are wondering how things turned out with the TikTok impersonator. Well, that big account that was like close to 34,000, that one seems to have disappeared. I started putting this stuff over my face, as you know, because you've had to live with it like I have, and I appreciate you for it. But I started putting this stuff up, and then I went a deeper legal route, and then it just disappeared. So I'm like, great. Well, just a few days ago, I found another account that looks to have been started about a week ago. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the same person, but who knows? So this account, and you're going to see the TikTok URL on the screen there. This one popped up, and this is just diabolical because, well, they're all diabolical, really, but you may have noticed on Sunday night, I did a video and I used a different tactic. I went about it a different way. So I had the Adrienne Ross Show logo behind me as the backdrop. And then I had a message with the URL of that impersonator, the new one. And then I also had it somewhere else on there. Well, I noticed first thing this morning that one just went straight up deep diabolical. So let me show you what this one looks like so you can report this one. So over here on TikTok, you see this one. I typed in the Adrienne Ross Show in the search bar. This one is mine, the one that says real Adrienne Ross Show, the second one here. I don't have any videos up. I changed the bio. So it says my vids are from youtube.com and has the URL. Others on TikTok equal impersonators. But this is the new one. 77 followers. Had 37 or 39 when I went to bed last night. 77 just says hello. And so let's click on this. And you can see here, first of all, you can see my logo. The W is cut off here. It's not like that on mine. 78 followers. And notice what this individual did. Took out the background that I had up, but you can still see the red. So look at this. At some points, Camila Cardoso had 8 points. That was, nobody. You see the red flashes in the back? So they got rid of my logo and all this stuff, got rid of the message that I had up here. I don't know what's with the grammar. That's usually how people know that I didn't do something, because the grammar and the punctuation and the capitalization is all jacked up. Anyway, you can see the red there. Nasty work. Okay. And these people are talking to this person. Somebody told me the other day, I'm so sorry, I've given money to accounts pretending to be you. Now, the only reason why I can see this is because I'm logged out. This individual has me blocked, so I would never see it. But I checked the stuff now, so I see it. Anyway, so we're going to continue to push ahead. Now, this is what it looks like when I sign into my profile. I'm blocked, so it says no content. If you go to my page, which I only created because people were impersonating me, you see that it says, you get the whole W here, by the way, the right logo, and it's Real Adrienne Ross Show. Real Adrienne Ross Show, 2 following, 105 followers. Upload your first video. I don't have any videos up yet, okay? And I didn't want to put anything up here because I don't want to deal with TikTok, but we got to do what we got to do. So you can help by reporting the fake one that I just pointed out. Now, there's also another one, and this is the fan one. This person has all my content. This person at least says the content on the channel was taken from, and it has my URL, but I have asked this person to put my URL in the title of each of these, and that's not been complied with. And so I've asked to please stop doing my stuff altogether. And that's podcast 983. But this person is not like trying to pretend they're me, but they're still capitalizing off of my work. So I would like this to go away as well. But I definitely want to deal first with the diabolical one that took out my background. As you can see that URL right there. In the meantime, I appreciate every one of you who is dealing with the stuff across my face and all this other stuff. I have so many people who said, we're with you. We don't mind. We get it. Because I have to say to those of you who are like, oh my goodness, it's such a distraction. If you think you're annoyed, imagine how I feel, right? But I'm still smiling. All right. So now that we got that nonsense out the way, let's get into the topic of this video. It has to do with Angel Reese. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are not doing well. They managed to get 2 wins before they encounter the Indiana Fever on Saturday. But they're not doing well. They're not looking well. The coach doesn't seem to be doing well or being able to figure it out either. Angel Reese, as I shared in a video the other day, is like the low 30s in layups, low 30% in layups. Not good. So if I am someone interested in basketball, if I am someone who understands priorities when you're a professional basketball player, if I have an opportunity to interview you, I'm going to keep it basketball, right? Well, not so if you are Dawn Staley and Sarah Kustok, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, forgive me, during your time with an opportunity to interview Angel Reese. They had that opportunity not long before the game against Indiana was to start. I'm going to show you what that interview looked like, sounded like, and then I'm going to sound off on that. Now, if this video is not there, that means that YouTube said, no, this is a problem. You can't post it. And in that case, I'll do what I always do. And that is the link will be in the description of this video. So if it cuts out the video, you know why, then go to the link in my description. It'll say links relevant to this episode and you can watch it there. I always like to give credit where credit is due, unlike people on TikTok impersonating other people, but I digress. We are at CBS Sports WNBA on X.
Angel, it's been fun to watch you on the court. We know you are locked in, and we appreciate your time and being here with us today. We had to stop our production meeting, though, when we saw you walk in with that fit that you had coming into the United Center. What was the premise behind that one here tonight?
I'm in Chicago. It's a little breezy and Mary J. Blige. I love Mary J.
Looking good, looking good.
So that question before the game was about her fit. Just want to make sure you didn't miss that. Her fit. What's going on with your fit? Let's continue.
Hey, Adrienne, how you doing? I would like to know your signature shoe. Congratulations. You got to keep a record of your wins and losses in your signature shoe. What are you going to do tonight?
We need to get a win tonight. Obviously, I think these 2-game winning streak is not enough for us, so getting this one tonight is going to be great. These are my signature shoes. These are my PEs. My signature shoe coming soon, though.
Okay, okay.
Angel,
My logo, though.
Oh, we love it.
Okay, so you can see here, tip-off is in 17 minutes, 40 seconds at this point, okay? First question, about your fit, walking in. Your team, looking like a hot mess. The question, your fit. Next question, we're going to talk about your signature shoe before we get into talking about what you're going to do tonight. I'm about to play basketball in a little more than 15 minutes. You're asking me about my shoe, and I'm telling you, this isn't my signature shoe. My signature shoe is coming, though. This is professional women's basketball when people are interviewing Angel Reese. And now we're going to get into some basketball questions. Imagine that. First, Sarah, and then Dawn asks a question that I find, honestly, silly.
Angel, what has been the difference in these last 2 games that's starting to come together?
We're gelling at the right time. Obviously, we're not supposed to look how we're supposed to look now in June. We're supposed to look in September. So we have great vets here that have kept me and Camilla poised, our young players. So I think we have the great people around us. And this week off was great for us, and we have great practices.
Last question.
Okay, here it is. Dawn's last question.
Last question. Compare your first 6 games of your rookie year to your 6 games of your sophomore season in the WNBA.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's the same. Obviously, I started off a little rough, so I think it's gonna come. I trust my work. I trust my teammates. My coaches have a lot of confidence in me, and my teammates do as well. So I'm super excited to be here, and I know it's coming.
Angel, enjoy that atmosphere at the United Center. We very much appreciate your time, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Let me start at the end. Dawn Staley just asked Angel Reese to compare her early part of her first season, rookie season, with the early part of this season, the first 6 games. Dawn Staley, I'm assuming, is watching the games, is following up on the games, and knows that Angel Reese is not playing well. Right? I mean, what was Angel supposed to say? Well, she said, what was she supposed to say? To her credit, she said it's about the same. Obviously, I'm not off to a good start. She's not trying to front. She didn't pretend. She didn't say all the players are doing well and me too. She said, obviously, it's obvious. So that's why it's a weird question to me. What would she say? She can't get up there and say, oh, I am so much better. I'm doing so much better, because she's not, right? And you put her in the position where, again, to her credit, she was at least honest about it and said, not looking so good, but I trust my work and it'll come together and all that. My point is that what real athlete gets asked a question to start about what you're wearing? You're at the United Center. It's a storied place. You are about to play basketball in just a few minutes. You really need this win. Granted, you won your last 2, but you really need this win because you're not playing well and you're in prime time. Everybody is watching because they set it up so that you would have all these games against the so-called rival, not a rivalry, but anyway, the rivalry between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, and you get Angel away from her warm-up, mind you, away from her warm-up, and you ask her about what she was wearing when she came into the game. This is an example, if you didn't know, of when people don't take you seriously as an athlete. I'm just saying that if they had... Can you imagine? Can you imagine a Kobe Bryant? And I'll get back to Kobe. Can you imagine a Kobe Bryant in a game where your team has been playing like garbage and you are not playing well either, and you're trying to get a win? You're in Michael Jordan's place, okay? And you get asked, after they pull you away from your workout, to ask you get asked about what your outfit, and you out there talking about Mary J. Blige. Now, to her credit, she didn't keep it going. She didn't ask herself the question, so I can't blame her for the question. I'm just saying there's something about how people view you as an athlete. They see her more as a social media star than a bona fide basketball player. It's obvious. I can't. Caitlin Clark, for example, yeah, she talks about Prada and all that stuff, but I'm talking about I'm on the court about to play a game, and you see me in such a light that you ask me about my outfit and then about my sneakers. That says a whole lot, but they constantly want to say WNBA star, WNBA star, WNBA star, while they treat her like, what a lot of people view her as, and that is every other kind of star other than a basketball star. Speaking of the outfit, though, since they brought it up, she talked about Mary J. Blige. She says it's breezy in Chicago. This is what they said they had to stop production for to ask her about. We're going to go over to the WNBA's X page. So this is what the WNBA likes to highlight too. In case you might have been confused, no, this is not the All-Star game. This is regular season. This is the Commissioner's Cup. This is a team that's not looking good. They do their little fit thing. Okay, whatever. But now I'm dressed for basketball. Why aren't we talking strictly basketball since I'm pulled away from my warm-up? And you're asking about sneakers and my fit. And then eventually ask me a silly question about how I can compare last year to this year. This is what they think of Angel Reese as a basketball player. Like, not. Speaking of attire and how one is dressed, make sure you go over to the second channel, Adrienne Ross Squared, because over there today, I talked about Indiana Fever assistant coach Austin Kelly, who stepped in for Stephanie White. And I do talk about his attire because I think that his attire speaks well of him and this franchise as a coach. We're living in times when the culture has gone south hard, but his attire, I think, as a coach is worth talking about. Of course, I didn't pull him over right before he had to coach a game to talk about it. But going over Adrienne Ross Square, make sure you subscribe while you're over there. Hit the like button and make sure you turn your notifications on. I mentioned Kobe Bryant. Many an interviewer found out the hard way what not to ask Kobe Bryant. Kobe, don't you feel good about the win? Feel good. About what? That's Kobe Bryant. Don't mess with me with nonsense when there are games to win. He had the killer instinct. There was his work ethic was otherworldly. And you hear it from players over and over and over again who played with and against him. Like Michael Jordan before him. And like Caitlin Clark, who is second to none, I believe, in women's basketball and maybe in men's basketball right now in terms of the level of commitment to being the absolute best. And yes, she's gotten questions about Prada or whatever, but Commissioner's Cup, your team is playing like trash and you want to get a win and you get to warm up. No, they want to ask Caitlin Clark basketball questions because they deem her a basketball player. Angel Reese gets asked about signature shoes and has an answer about Mary J. Blige. And again, she didn't ask herself the question, but it's something about the way she has presented herself that makes people feel like, yeah, that's the question to ask Angel Reese. And then we'll get to, eventually get to basketball. That was 1 minute and 43 seconds of an interview. And the first minute was about everything but basketball, really. Speaks volumes. Speaking of Kobe Bryant again, let's take a look at this. It's funny, but Kobe wasn't laughing. This YouTube video is posted at si.com. The link, of course, will be in the description.
You take a look, Chris Rock sitting right next to Kobe Bryant, shooting the breeze, funniest man in the world, telling jokes, and take a look at Kobe Bryant. I don't even hear you. I'm on a...
You see this? That's Kobe's face. Chris Rock doesn't even exist. Like Mark Jackson said, I don't even hear you. I'm so dialed in, which is the way it should be. I'm about to play a basketball game if I'm Angel Reese. And in Kobe Bryant's situation, I'm playing a basketball game that I want to win. I'm an athlete. I'm a baller. You don't ask me no silly whatever. Chris Rock, don't come up in here with jokes. This is basketball and I'm a baller. Angel Reese pull her away and ask her about her clothes and her shoes. And then eventually a little bit about basketball. One of the questions being a really silly one. When you establish yourself as a baller, people find out you're a baller. Chris Rock, he found out because somehow he didn't know. After that point, everybody can say, now you know. Angel Reese did her best to steer it back to basketball, steer it back to basketball. How did we even get there to begin with? Anyway, let ballers be ballers. Once again, over at the second channel, Adrienne Ross Squared, I talk about Austin Kelly and how he wasn't talking about his clothes, but everybody else was. Go check that video out. And again, thumbs up that video and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not done so. If it is for you, check out the welcome video over there as well. Also, remember, I am only Real Adrienne Ross Show on TikTok, and I don't have any videos up there yet. I'm thinking about maybe it'll help. But in any case, you can go report this account right here. I'll catch you next time, God willing, and hey, God bless you abundantly.